I think it's time we added learning the art of the apology to the national curriculum. In the past year it has become increasingly obvious that people just don't seem to know how to offer a proper "I'm sorry," despite the fact that it's a matter of just 2 little words, and each day that passes exhibits a new instance of someone trying, and failing, to deliver it correctly. Last week was a busy one for this sort of apologists. Actor Morgan Freeman, accused of inappropriate behavior against women, denied the allegations but apologized for anyone I might have upset, however unintentionally. Saying sorry to someone you might have upset by mistake, and therefore by implication by no fault of your own, is at best non-committal and at worst completely insincere. It's a multifaceted failing. Also last week, Arrested Development actor Jason Bateman appeared to condone the apparently aggressive behavior of a co-star. Based on hearing people's thoughts online, I realized that I was wrong, he tweeted shortly after the social media storm hit. But being sorry isn't about finding remorse because other people think you've misspoken. There are miles between "I'm sorry that you are upset" and "I'm sorry that I upset you." As is often the case, it's always the short words that do the biggest damage in apologies. Baroness Knight recently told Newsnight that she held regrets over introducing Section 28. The intention was the well-being of children, she said. And if I got that wrong, well, I'm sorry. Slipping an if I upset you, if I am wrong, cancels out any hint of remorse. But meanwhile, "I'm sorry I did that but" is similarly infuriating. Sheila, a character played by Drew Barrymore in the U.S. comedy Santa Clarita Diet, says it best when her husband dares to use "I'm sorry, but" That's not an apology, she says. That's a rationalization. Here's a way to remember it: inside of every "but" is an **** hole. Why are we so bad at it? We Brits say sorry 50 times a day. We say sorry when someone else pushes in front of us on the escalator. We express remorse when sending a dangerously undercooked meal back to the kitchen in a restaurant. I once muttered "I'm sorry" to myself as I tripped on a curb. Has excessive use dulled its effect and stripped it of its meaning? Have forced begrudging apologies for juvenile misdemeanors made us resist truly meaning it in adulthood? We Brits say sorry 50 times a day. I once even muttered "I'm sorry" to myself as I tripped up on a curb. No one wants to say sorry because no one wants to admit, to others, and to themselves, that they messed up. But we all do, so learning how to be sorry, to say it and mean it, would serve anyone well. Perhaps schools could squeeze a lesson into the syllabus between sex education and coding. Offices could offer seminars to repeat offenders. Or maybe, just maybe, someone in the public eye who has exhibited an indiscretion or infallibility could look down the camera and, with no ifs or buts, say sorry. It can't really be the hardest word, surely? Actress Natalie Dormer has taken her career into her own hands. She co-wrote In Darkness, in which she plays a blind woman who overhears a murder. She tells Glamour US the film stems from her and her partner Anthony Burns' mutual frustration with the landscape of female characters in this genre. Natalie Dormer attends the Los Angeles premiere of In Darkness. Jordan Strauss. Dormer is the latest actor to create her own opportunities. Matt Damon and Ben Affleck did it with Good Will Hunting. Vin Diesel struggled to get work until a self-made short film got him noticed. And Emma Thompson wrote 2 of her own best parts. It's a welcome reminder that doing something about professional frustrations usually beats grinning and bearing it. I just got back from a weekend in Brighton for my first ever stag do. Despite trepidation that tradition would demand that Sam, the usually vaguely restrained groom-to-be, would have to indulge his inner Neanderthal, it seems to have been a success, but I am evidently not the only person to have been a bit worried. New research finds that the more debauched aspects of stag do's are dying out because fiancés can no longer trust that what happens in Amsterdam stays in Amsterdam. Camera phones and Facebook mean you're more likely to get caught having a final fling. The study comes days after firms were obliged to update their GDPR policies, giving us the right to know what information they hold about us, and to call for it to be updated. Could we have something similar for our friendship circles? There may not have been any strippers at the stag do, but someone does now have a video of me proposing to an elderly woman named Rose on the beach as part of a treasure hunt challenge. Surely I should have the right to insist it doesn't make it to Instagram?